All right, ladies and gentlemen, so it's already July. Today is the 1st of July, and basically we're just going with the TMX updates. Yeah, with still going with the TGE event, and that's the pretty awesome. Yeah, because that those people, I think like all of you guys was on the webinar yesterday, and just like Jake, he find a way to extend this. Yeah, like just for the 2 weeks. But guys, that's the really cool stuff because all of us want to be confident to launch in basically like in the right time. And just like a little bit information about the private sales, about all of that which works with the TGE events, and with many different projects which launch it on the early stage. So like some of you maybe know this website. Yeah, so like just let me find this right here. It's called it CryptoRank website, and here's like different funds. Yes, like different funds who also launch different basically projects, like which works also with the trading, with the decentralized exchanges, with the liquidity, with so many, like even with AI. And you can just find out right here so many different like funds who invest like millions and sometimes billions of dollars. Let me just send it to the chat so you can just check it from your side. So like just right here, and it's like open information. You can just go and find out who like invest in which project, like what that project is about. And of course like they also have all of that stages which we have. Yeah, but like most of the projects, of course, they just trying to find like that funds who can like put the millions right there. Yeah, like let's say maybe one fund he will gonna put $10 million, and that's enough. Yeah, like for the launch. And like also all of them guys, they searching for the best time to launch the project, because if for example they were gonna launch on the bearish market, so it's not really cool, right? It's not basically really cool at all. So like we right now like searching for the point to at least like $3,000 for the Ethereum. And like Jake said, so it's basically like gonna be really soon that we can just maybe even like less than 2 weeks, but we'll see. So how the market gonna be react, and just it's gonna be the right time to just launch the DEX and start to work with that. Yeah, and of course guys, like it's still the time. Yeah, like we have like 2 weeks right now to basically put the money in to just get these tokens on the early stage, because like when you're buying this right now, so like that's gonna be the price which you can't find on the market. Yeah, because the market price, it's always gonna be more. Yeah, because like when any coin is going right there, so you basically know this information. We showed that so many times that it's already right there, right? And like we're just searching for our community to buy even below, yeah, like when it's gonna be provided on the coin market cap. Because when the price is provided on the coin market cap, when you already can see this right there, so it's mean that the token is listed on the many exchanges, right? If I just scroll right here, so you can find the Binance, like Bybit, all of these exchanges, centralized, decentralized. And of course, like once the coins start to be traded, yeah, so like it's going like growing in value. So like just going that way. And plus on our exchange guys, we're gonna have so many great stuff with the passive income, also with the trading, yeah, like without the KYC. And that's the really powerful, because even the weeks, yeah, so like you can see the weeks right here. This is the exchange with which one we're going to be partnered with. Yeah, and like they provide basically the opportunity to trade without KYC. Yeah, like to work without KYC. But what's the difference right here, like with KYC and without? For example, if we go in without the KYC, so you are not basically you can't claim the bonuses. Yeah, so like you are not like allowed to claim the bonuses. You're not allowed to receive some rewards, and just like you can trade, right? But like for additional stuff to use exchange, like in full stuff, yeah, with all of that what they have, anyway, you need the KYC. Like for example, also like Brian, he was using the Wix, and he don't have that partnership link, yeah, because like he didn't KYC it. So like anyway, all the centralized exchanges, they required like to get the KYC, yeah, and just pass the KYC if you're gonna pass, so you can use all of that stuff. So on the decentralized, so like you don't need to do that. Yeah, because just here, like if you want to use it, so you must make the registration, you must guys provide all of the information about yourself. Of course, go through the KYC, and after that, like you can use it. So with the decentralized, all you have to do just connect the wallet. Yeah, like you just connect the wallet is connected, and you definitely can work. So it's the same like with this GMX exchange, like from which one we basically copy most of that stuff. Yeah, so like what they have, and just here, like you don't need basically to like go through all of that registration. So you just connect your wallet. Yeah, so here's the launch the app somewhere right there, and like yeah, so you just connect it and it will gonna work. So right here you can see, and like Brian already he started to do some demo trades on the TMX. Yeah, so like maybe he'll gonna go over that today a little bit, just like he was somewhere with us, I think, just like he was into the office. And yeah, like so he'll gonna show guys to you basically how that works. Yeah, Brian, let me just made you co-host, and I think I already made you co-host. Okay, so just try
Yep.
to mute.
Yep. I haven't got the demo trade yet. I haven't got the demo trade yet. I was going to talk to Jake about that this
All
afternoon,
right.
actually.
Yeah, I was just saying that basically right here, you guys, you don't need to make the registration. So you just connect your wallet and you can go for it like just Brian did, right? On that videos. Yeah. So just, and that's the really cool stuff. Yeah. Because like you do not provide all information about yourself. You don't need to provide the source of funds where you got that, because sometimes centralized exchange, you can work with that. All good. Yeah. Like we all love the centralized exchanges, but sometimes they will gonna ask you like just in some random time, hey, like just let us know where you got that money from, and like you even don't remember where you got that money from, and like you just must to go for like 3 months to check your history on the banking. So even like banking is not related to the exchange, but anyway you must to provide, and like after that they'll tell you, okay, so right now you can you can just keep going, you can keep working. So with the decentralized it's not gonna be like that, and that's the key. So like what we're gonna have with the DEX. Yeah, Brian, you can just like start with your part.
All right. So there you are. Okay. It was showing multiple pages. What's up, everybody? So, we got some information from Jake yesterday. I got my Trade Tribe shirt on today. I forgot my TMX shirt. It's in the car. But so we have gear. We have some gear. We're working on, some other gear as well. But so look, right now, from what Jake said, like we just need to just kind of hope and wait for Ethereum to go up because it'll make us so much more money when we launch. Because when we launch, we pair to Ethereum until we launch, bang, and then we break off Ethereum. So we want it to go higher so we have more liquidity. Launching a token with more liquidity is better, obviously. Just common sense, especially being on those exchanges weeks and hopefully this top 10 exchange that Jake has a reevaluation with. So that is like just say a little prayer for that reevaluation because if that happens, that exchange does 3 times more volume than the weeks exchange, and weeks exchange does a lot of volume. So uh, it would be, it would be fantastic for our token and then to get exposure towards our exchange, because not all tokens have so much utility behind it and amazing tokenomics like ours does. So as soon as it gets out and they see how real of a project TMX is behind the token, it's going to explode. And that's what I mean, personally, I don't know. I've been in crypto since what, 2017, 16, 17. And I've never really understood different things about it until the past like 3 years. Like what utility do you have for your token? Oh, well, we got this and it's community driven. Okay, so you're relying on the community to not suck out the liquidity, doing that. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, well, I don't trust that. Well, what kind of real utility is it? Well, we have an exchange. The exchange is only going to bring more liquidity. You guys seen, if you've been with us, you've seen over the past year, maybe two years now, where we've been posting about trading. Where traders go and Donald Trump or Jerome Powell, like whoever talks, and the market goes down or it goes up. And when that happens, traders get liquidated. That money from the traders get liquidated in certain trades because they're over leveraged on the trading, not spot trading and all that, but leverage trading, 95% of them lose. So all that money flows into liquidity. I've talked to some pretty smart professionals, but they don't understand leverage trading. They're like, watch out. everybody's not gonna keep their money in liquidity. It's like, yeah, they are, I mean, and it's actually going to double and triple and quadruple very fast, to where at that point, it doesn't matter if people withdraw their money from liquidity because the exchange will make so much from traders, honestly, sorry to say, but losing on there. I mean, like myself, I've been up and then I've lost. Tim, he's like, I'm up in the trades, goes to sleep, comes back, he's like, oh my God, what happened? I mean, I better close it now. I don't want to lose it. So if you
Yeah, yeah.
lost $10,
Just, let me show you that. Like, because I'm just learning right now. Yeah. So like I'm not a professional trader like Brian or Jake, but just like want to show you something that like, I I lost some today. Yeah. And like you can see it's basically minus $22. So like I'm not going with so much money in trades right now, but it's basically sometimes it's hard to catch the profit, right? And like you want to make more, you want to make more, and like you can see that you're in the profit and everything is great. And after that, just like in the 2 hours, I think it like just going down. And like I think maybe like I need to quit, yeah, to do not be liquidated. And just like working that way, guys. Yeah. So like exchange, they taken all of those commissions. Yeah, like and just right now they took mine.
yeah, I mean, that's what they do. So, I mean, that's how these exchanges, our exchange will work. And the cool part about our exchange is it's easier for people to be a part of. As more people come on and they learn, like, man, I really want to leverage trade, but I don't want to use a VPN on this exchange or that exchange or that exchange because what if I log into that exchange without a VPN? Then they're gonna, bing, red line goes across the top of your screen that says you are not on the right location to use this exchange. Bam, your account is held. Instantly, you're going to have to write support and be like, hey, this popped up. And they're like, yeah, your IP shows that you're from somewhere else. Are you in the United States? Yeah. Okay, well, you're not actually allowed to use this. You can if you're on a VPN because they don't know, right? So you want to get your money out of there. Now you're going to have to argue with them, talk to them, show them everything, just to get your money out of there. TMX, GMX, Hyperliquid, all these other exchanges that are built on smart contracts that work inside of your wallet don't do that. So that's what TMX is bringing is a way for you to have a sense of relief and to have, the complete clarity that you are going to know that if you put in whatever you want to put into staking or to the TMX token inside of the exchange, you will always have the ability to move it out, do whatever you want with it. And if you go into trade and you want to move all your funds out, you will be able to. You just have to give the permission and hit OK on the smart contract, and it runs that. So, right now Jake's waiting. I think he talked about in the Telegram, you could probably scroll up in our Telegram and see where he was talking about waiting on a couple audits, waiting on Ethereum, waiting to do this reevaluation. So since then, we've had quite a few people purchase through Ethereum on for the TGE event as well, because I mean it's not stopping. It honestly gives people more time to get them. And like the sense of urgency is people are buying. You look in your percentage allocation and you'll be like, dang, I don't have the same amount. So like you see the page here, anytime someone purchases, the amount that I show right here on this part right here where it says the pool progress, just goes lower and lower and lower as more people buy. So you're like, dang, I gotta add more Ethereum. So I mean, it gives me the FOMO, so I know it's giving everybody else. Like, I want more tokens. So you want to add more Ethereum to get more tokens. Or same thing for the affiliate side. I remember last week I did a little post in there. I was over 5,000, and I only enrolled a couple more since then, probably like point seven Ethereum since last week. And I'm at 4,853 instead of 5,000 and like 85 or something it was. So I better get to recruiting and helping bring people in because I get this little 2%. So like that 2% comes out of that 500,000 tokens as well. So it comes out. So referring people, it does come out of that total supply. We can't just pull it from somewhere else, right? So that is cool. So we got 12 days left, guys. I mean, that just gives us more time, gives Ethereum more time. You're looking at Bitcoin today was great news, I think, until Jerome Powell started talking. And then stuff started going down. So now we're looking like we're edging back up. This is on the 5 minute. We go to Ethereum. That started to spike. Yesterday we got up over over 2,500, which was awesome. We got all the way up here to 25, 21. So you can see what it does just so fast, so quick in just a day's time. So, we're looking obviously for that to just start rocking. Everybody just keeps talking about all the good news coming out. I don't know why sometimes it dips down when people talk about anything on Congress and all that stuff. But, overall, everything is looking bullish. And that's all I kind of hear is just it's staying above, especially Bitcoin. Listening to any traders, they're like, if we're over 104, we're bullish. We're over like, and I have like a little line right here, like it's like 104.65. And it's like we stay over that. That's all they're talking about is we're bullish, we're bullish, we're bullish. Let's stay above that. They're like, this could even, if you come to the 4 hour window and you look at this, they said it can even come back down to, 100,000 and then bounce. Being like that. I think it was the day chart they were actually talking about this on, or maybe it was a weekly. But so don't be surprised if anything happens because this looks like it's kind of rolling over on the daily chart, but it could bounce here and then start going, and that's what we're kind of looking for. So with the Ethereum, obviously that's going to follow a lot. Sorry, I got so much stuff wrote out here, drawing flags and well, a lot of flags actually. And this falling wedge, bang, and then pops up, but then it's flagging out, so that's good. But yeah, so that part, let's get out of here. We got our apparel, we got our X space. Do get in here, share that as much as you can, comment, like everything. I'm not signed in, so you can't see that I've commented and hearted everything. But besides that, I mean, guys, we're still in the TGE. It's still prime time. We got 12 days, 4 hours on this to share this out with anybody that has Ethereum. We can help them get started, or just any kind of crypto. We can help them convert it. We've had multiple Zooms with a banking system that can bring on a crypto aspect with the banking system to where we can literally it bridges the whole understanding of money and crypto. Where you can bring cash in, flip it to crypto, move it out as much as you want. Bring crypto in, move it to cash and move it out. Or you can bring crypto in and load a card and then use that card. So we're in talks with that so we can get a card that has something like this on it. Beautiful background of TMX on there with a black matted card and metal as well. So we're in a lot of talks with that. I mean, we're really close to doing that. So that's something that if we do that, it changes the game. It changes the game for TMX, the exchange, everything, because we'll be one of a kind system there, white labeled, where other companies will probably want to come in underneath us to do it. So we got some more calls with Jake and then the CEOs and the presidents of that company and going forward with that. But all in all, guys, just pay attention to the chats, add people to the Telegram, watch Ethereum. You see it dip down. If it goes below 2,400, it's a great time to buy again. Where Jake was saying, and I listened to other traders too, they're like, it could go down to 21 again and pop up. So just and they're like anything under 24, purchase, purchase, purchase. You know how these guys are like buy the dip. Well, it keeps dipping. You know what I mean? So you're just gonna buy a little bit and get it going because as it pumps up, we're gonna launch at the right time where no matter what, you make some heavy profits on your Ethereum, to TMX and launching on those exchanges is going to bring a lot of volume, a lot of pump to our token. So, looking forward to the changes on the white paper that talk about, us being able to stake all our private seed tokens instantly and how long those will be locked in. I believe it's 6 months and everything. And looking for those audits to be done. Because I mean, I've had people ask me, are you sure the audits will be done? If they don't do an audit, nobody will ever use the exchange. It's just plain and simple. Like, that's my first thing on any project or legitimate project, do they have an audit? And if they say no, it's like, I don't know why. Like, well, what are you trying to hide from us? You know what I mean? So we've been around that space where we've got screwed by fake audits or no audits. So yeah, there's nothing gonna launch without audits. Like it's just personally, you wouldn't know if it worked completely correct without them auditing to make sure it works fine. Not only to make sure there's no crazy backdoors or anything crazy, but I believe, Jake's like, it won't take long at all for them to do that because they've already done that to GMX. And we're taking, like he's talked about, the same source code as them and moving it to ours. Plus, we've changed a couple things for the private sale in a couple different aspects. He's like, so it won't be no time at all for that to be done and be all over the site. But all in all, I mean, looking really good. Keep sharing. I'm really excited about the Telegram, how much that's grown. And there's a flux of money I feel and listening to everywhere I can listen to that's going to pump into cryptocurrency. So we want to be right at the stage of that, and launch, and then looking forward to bringing in a lot of funds, liquidity, everything into the exchange. So this will be really exciting. I'm ready for the exchange to demo trade on and to do Zooms where I'm like literally showing it because I mean, showing GMX is awesome and GMX works fantastic. And seeing how that works is honestly, it's very simple, and to show people how ours does the same thing. I mean, you just go to the website, you click the button, you connect your wallet, bang, you're in. We got our tokens in our wallets. We'll just come right here, stake. Here's the stake button. And then when you start making profits, we'll click claim. And I'm still getting messages to this day, actually this morning, will I have to trade? No, you won't. Literally, you don't have to trade. You just stake your tokens and then you come in and claim the profits whenever you want. Actually, it's like on a 24-hour rotation. So you'd come in and just claim and it would go back to your MetaMask or your Trust wallet. Simple as that. If you want to trade, awesome. Go in, add some funds, play around with the trading system. You want to refer people, refer people. We got three levels on trading volume or volume that gets moved around within the exchange for you to make extra money as well. So, we'll have, add the liquidity. This is like GLP, which is basically probably it's just liquidity provider. And then, you go in and you can claim that as well. Stake it, unstake it, pull it out, withdraw. I mean, it's really simple how this one works. Ours will work almost identical, Jake was talking to me about. So excited to see that. But really, there's not too much today besides, pump for the whole community. Everybody's still adding uh, Ethereum in there. They're getting what they can because they know what's happening. They understand. I mean, I believe in Jake, and I know exactly he's leading us down the right way. And I mean, that reevaluation comes, that's going to bring, I'm not trying to be hypey, but it brings a lot of hype getting listed on a top 10 exchange. And actually, it's almost like top seven exchange. That's a lot of exposure to your token to go out there. And then to have the utility we have behind our token, people will be like, oh, wow. And then that will bring a lot of looks into TMX exchange, which we're at the forefront of that. So the more TMX you got, obviously the better. And, it's just a lot of passive income to come because there's not too many ways in this space to make solid passive income from crypto. Now learning how a decentralized exchange works, it's almost a no-brainer to use it to hold crypto on or to stake on or even to trade on. But honestly, to stake and add liquidity, it's passive income. You know what I mean? Like you see, we got such a powerful team behind this. We're doing 4 Zooms a week for over 2 years, it seems like. When this launches, we're just going to keep going, keep marketing the exchange, which brings tons of volume for everybody, which brings a lot more passive income. Where can you say that you're going to be making passive income and not have to wake up every day hoping the website is still there? With us, it's in TMX, it's like, hey, how do we bring more traders? How can I help bring more traders? That's going to be what everybody's going to be thinking. Because not only you'll get referral incomes from that, and it will just help bring more fees to our community. So, yeah, I mean that's about all I have. I mean it's straight up simple. We just got 12 days to bring more Ethereum to this and to help with anything, because the goal is to be over $1 million in liquidity. So we need a pump of Ethereum and we need some more Ethereum in. That's the way I look at it. And we just say a little prayer for that reevaluation and everything looks good. And the way to help that, just anybody and everybody, is to promote the X account. Promote that X account, throw it in some random groups. Say, hey, go show some love. Go show some love, please. You know what I mean? And if they ask what it is, say, we're launching an exchange, and if you want to grab some tokens to our exchange, it's going to blow up. So looking for some love, go show some love. So I mean, that's what I would say, and get there. So that's all I got, Tim.
Yeah, thanks, Brian. Yeah, for sure, guys, like we just building something huge, yeah, which like will be the great solution for the people, like to use that, just those people who maybe like want to trade because like I just personally want to get like more deeper in the trading, and maybe in the future, maybe we can just like find out how to provide some signals from Jake. And like with signals, I think it's like easy to trade. You just like set up your trade, like you put the stop losses, like take profit, and that's it. You just like go in short or long by that signal, and that's going to be the great value. Yeah, like also right here. And all like for tomorrow, guys, we're gonna have, of course, the giveaway. Yeah, so you can bring some friends, you can bring some family, like those guys who just want to find out what it is, and just like get all the latest updates. And of course, for the Thursday, we're gonna have another Zoom. So yeah, like not many updates today, but you already know how to basically everything works right here. And just like we're gonna wait for you tomorrow, yeah, on the giveaway and maybe even the live trading. Yeah, but we're gonna confirm with Jake, but I think gonna be the live trading for sure. Yeah, so like that's it for today. We're gonna put the recording once it's gonna be processed, and we'll see you guys.